share a few examples of where you successfully turned a crisis into an opportunity?
Okay. Like I said, I started life as a teacher, a school teacher. From there, something happened at some point in my life, and then I found myself married at a very early age. I got married at the age of 19. Well, yes, I can talk about it because my husband allows me to talk about it. I got married to somebody I had no business. You know how they do it in those days. Because something happened in my family, that again, this beauty again, they thought that this one, no, if you don't marry her off now, she will not.
Up for now.
I'm telling you, with all good intentions, they married me to this guy that had PhD from Germany, a director in the Nigerian Security Printing and Minting Company. I was one of the first people to live in Victoria Island, 5 bedroom and everything. And the marriage was hell on earth. The guy couldn't cope with my beauty. He was so possessive. He would follow me to the market. I couldn't talk to anybody. If we had male guests, you see how I'm doing my eye, and I said I'll be roll. He said I will use to roll my eye. I'm talking to his guests with my eye. He will beat "Don't be silly" out of me. A lot of things happened in that marriage. But one day, I stayed on for about 9 years. But one day I told myself, what am I doing here? And it was unheard of that you leave your marriage. But again, like I said, that thing that is in me, that believed in me, there was one beating that I had one day. I said, nah, this cannot continue to happen. It's either they carry me out of this house as a dead body. And I was having every pregnancy I had, I lost the babies. So, and I said, no, there's something about this relationship. I called, she's now a son, I think Mrs. Adekoye, yeah. And I narrated my story. I said, what are you doing there? The late First Lady of Lagos, Mrs. Lawal, was my neighbor. We're living in their house at Shakbara Williams Close. And I spoke to say, don't, after one beating, he said, don't you have parents? I got ready, I left the place. Now, it was a big crisis point in my life because coming from a very good Christian home, divorce was out of the question. Having left school, that was for about 9 years. We just secondary school, and the man made me, Nkechi Ali-Balogun, to go to teacher's grade school. Well, but that teacher's grade too was something that also saved me. I was not proud. Yes, go and do. I say it's better than not doing anything. I went to do it. Now later in life, it was because of that teacher's grade too I was able to get a direct entry to the university. So you can see my life was, let me not say it was a crisis point. My life was crisis in itself. Coming out of a marriage at the age of 26, with school start and grade 2, living a 5-bedroom home in Victoria Island to go and squat with a friend who puts me in the same room with her house girl was a challenge. But then I told myself, it is only for a time. I now said I must go to school. I now started thinking of how I was going to turn this whole thing into a great opportunity in my life. And one of the first thing I did was to go to school. I went to university. Because I was tired of sleeping with house girl. That's doing grace to grass, right? Yes, I went to Unilag. I stayed in the hostel. And guess what? My room in the hostel, I was staying with my former students, people I taught. That did not deter me because I know who I am and I know where I was going to. The goal was always ahead of me. And today, will I say I turned it into opportunities? I was able to have my degree.